This is Patrick, Comics and Collectibles, and I am continuing this Alien / Xenomorph project. And of course, this will be cornergized. You all know that by now. Now, let's talk about what I have done since the previous video. I always have to remind myself to enunciate previous because I kind of just throw it all together. So the previous video, and it is a little dim because I put that whiteboard back there to block off some of that mess in the background because it kind of distracts from the model. So it's going to be a little dim. Let's see. I might have to remove that board just to get a better look at it because I'm not seeing all of the detail in this, and there is a lot of detail, folks. All right, but that's not what we're here for. Let's talk about what I have done, and I will show you what I'm talking about in a separate video. I just want to go over this right now, and yeah, so we'll talk about it now and show it later. What I have done is there are 3 parts to the tail. I put some epoxy resin inside the 2 bigger parts of the tail. The tail end of it, or the 3rd part of the tail, is not hollow, so I could not put any in that, but I did coat it with some resin. Also, where the 3 parts join, I put a small piece of wire, I think it's 16 gauge wire, to strengthen that, strengthen that connection, or I think it's called the key, where it keys into the other piece. There's a piece of wire there just in case something fails. The wire will keep things together, hopefully. Now I still have to do some work on the tailbone area here. I put some epoxy clay here to strengthen where it keys in so it doesn't crack, but I think I put too much epoxy clay, so I have to file that down some more so this will have a better fit. You can probably, hold on, you can't see it. Let me turn him a little. That's better. You probably can see it's not a very good fit. It was a nice tight fit when I got it, but so I have to work on that some more. Let's see. I have put some epoxy resin into the arms, some into the legs. Now I did not try to fill up the limbs with the resin. Let's see, now the torso itself, that is probably 3/4 full of resin. I wanted that to be really strong because there's a lot of weight and a lot of torque on that torso. You can see the tail. The tail has got a lot of weight on it. The arms, the head. I think I put just a little bit of resin in the head. I didn't want that head to be too heavy and weigh things down. And again, going back to the torso also, with all of the weight, can't even see my hand, with all of the weight centered, let's do it this way, with most of the weight centered right here, you can see how it would be pulling down on the legs right there. So I wanted to give this a lot of strength because there's a lot going on with that torso. And speaking of pulling down, let's see. Okay, now the base, this part of the base, these 2 pieces here are probably over 3/4 full with that epoxy resin, and that's what I use right there, that stuff. And this, again, this needed a lot of strength because, again, this entire model, the entire figure itself is leaning forward, putting a lot of stress on this stuff right here. So this had to be really strong. Let me see, I reinforced this part right here with some epoxy clay. I had previously had some here, but it was interfering with where it keyed in, so I had to sand it down and get rid of it. Now I can't really give you a good shot of this right now, but if you can see right there, That's a small rod, steel rod, maybe 2 inches long. I wanted to give this some more support because this ankle right here has got a lot of stress on it. I'm going back to what I said before. This whole thing is just leaning forward. So I did not want this to start bending or cracking in the future from all of that weight leaning forward. So that rod probably comes to maybe, I gotta stay centered. So that rod comes probably to about right there to give all of this right here some support. And again, there's a little bit of epoxy resin in here to kind of help it. Let's see, what else? I think that is about it for now. So I have to do some more filing, get things fine-tuned so that they key in better, and then I can start the painting process. That'll be the fun part. Oh, one thing I'm forgetting, and I don't have it out here right now, but I will be doing a cornice head for this project. I'll show you that later. But you know what? Let me move that whiteboard so you can get a better view of all of the detail. Hold on, I'll be back. And I am back. Just wanted to show you all of the detail in this thing. Beautiful model right here. All right, that's it for this one, folks. Thank you for watching and thanks for supporting the channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you stay tuned. There's more coming. Bye.